Hey there, hopefuls, and welcome back to another episode of the Hopeful Simplicity Podcast. I am Melissa, I'm your host, and I'm here to help you create small space successes that add up to big wins. Today, we're going to be talking about the little surface that makes a big difference, your nightstand. It may seem small, but your nightstand is the first thing you see when you wake up and the last thing you see before closing your eyes and going to sleep. If it's piled high with clutter, that's chaos that could sneak right into your sleep and mess with your morning routine. By the end of this episode, you'll know what belongs on your nightstand, how to reset it in just 15 minutes a day, and how to keep it calm for a longer period of time. So why does the nightstand even matter? Well, it's the start and the end of your day. Or most of the time, it's the start and the end of the day. It's that first thing you roll over in the mornings, you turn your alarm off, you may take a drink of water, you may grab your phone from it. It's the first thing you see and interact with every day. So if it's cluttered up and chaotic and you start your day there, that's going to be the energy you're bringing to the day is that start with clutter and chaos, making your day start more stressful than it needs to be. And at the other end of the day, it's the last thing, right? You plug your phone in, you maybe set it on your nightstand. You close your book, you turn the light off, you set it on your nightstand. But if that's a ton of stuff, clutter, chaos, you put one book on top and another one falls off. If it builds on your nightstand space and it's the last thing you interact with and see before you close your eyes and nod off, you're taking that stress and chaos with you. It's negative stress that can impact your sleep. It can make you have a rough morning routine. We just don't need that negativity from such a small space of our nightstands. In the scheme of things, the nightstand is a relatively small space. So ideally, it won't take you super long to finish it to become an organized space. Now, maybe you hit the top of it one day, then the drawer two the next day. But ideally, it won't take you too long to declutter and resort the space for your success to start and end the day less stress, more organized, hopeful. It can be an easy win that we just don't know we're blocking the win with clutter. It sets the tone for your day and night routines. So let's declutter it. Simplifying the surface, where you pile your bottle of water, your book, your phone, your glasses, maybe even a lamp. Your nightstand surface. We're going to simplify it. Just like we declutter anything that doesn't serve our current selves. It's like every other space. That's how we define decluttering. Simplifying is the first part of the 3S method because we don't want to just reorganize clutter. We want to get it out of our space. We want to simplify our space. We want to declutter things that don't serve us. So just focus. 15 minutes if it needs to be, 5 if you want to do everything at once, whatever suits your schedule and your need, right? Don't rush it. If you've got a bunch of stuff up there, be honest with yourself. Set your 15 minutes. Declutter what you need to declutter. Expired, outgrown, unused. Is it busted, broken? Is it collecting dust? Do you have a journal on there that you just don't use anymore? That's trash, friend. And we're going to remove those things that don't need to be there. Now, if you want to embrace the ideal, since it is a small space, I'm going to take everything off of there, give it a good wipe down, cleanish, and only put back what I need. That's fine. But you knew that but was coming. I know. But we're not just getting everything off there and leaving a pile of crap somewhere else. I'm not just taking my 40 books of to be read off of there and sticking it in a clutter spot to be somewhere else. I'm actually actively working on decluttering my nightstand surface. So if it's an expired item, if it's an unused item, if it's an outgrown item, we are not just rehoming clutter somewhere else. We are putting it in a donate box, right? Maybe it's a book you read, you're not going to read again. Goes to the donate box, drop it off at the library on Wednesday. Or whichever day you take your donation. Maybe it's that partially used journal or planner that you're like, I'm going to do my daily affirmations, fizzled out. process. You outgrew doing it, it's in the trash. Nobody needs a half-used nothing. If it's unused, maybe you have old chargers there. Maybe you have multiple coasters for your cup of water, but you only have the one, so they're being unused. If it's collecting dust, it can go. If you've replaced one lamp with another, but they both clutter up the surface, one can go. So looking for those items, again, expired, outgrown, unused. Is it collecting dust? Is it actively been used within the last 6 months? If not, see ya. That's going to go because it's not serving your current self. So what do you really, really need? Think about that as you're getting rid of the things you don't need. What do I actually need? Oh, it's a hard yes. I am keeping my lamp here. I'm not even going to look at decluttering now. I'm just going to shift it slightly while I declutter everything else so I can clean underneath it. Right? You can relocate things that you're going to keep, but they just aren't going to live on your nightstand. Maybe you do have that giant stack of books. The good intentions when I have all the time in the world to read more books, but you're only working on the one or two. So the other 18, those are going to get rehomed to the bookcase in the living room, or to the other bookcase in your room, or to wherever you keep books outside of that flat surface right by your bed. Give it a quick wipe down. Everything's decluttered that you're not keeping in that space alone. Either decluttered out of the house, decluttered, rehome, or decluttered into the trash. Give it a good wipe down. You're cleaning the dirt off. You're starting fresh and resetting the energy because now you've simplified that surface. Right now, we're going to move into the organizing that surface. Or maybe the drawer. You may need to rinse and repeat this if you're going to do just the flat surface. And then tomorrow, you're going to hit the drawers. Whatever your time looks like, if you've got 15 minutes and your surface is not bad, cool. Rinse and repeat that decluttering, simplifying step into the drawer. If you've got old chargers, pens that don't work, notebooks you don't use, whatever that is that you don't even know what it is, maybe you have one of those head scratchy massager things or one of those sleep masks, but you don't like to sleep with masks on. Maybe you've moved off the surface. That only took 5 minutes, Melissa, and you've bumped it into the drawer. Same process. Rinse and repeat. Expired, outgrown, unused. If it is not serving your current self, goodbye. See ya. Out it goes. So then we can move into organizing. If your nightstand is currently a pile of half-read books, random chargers, and random clutter, you're not alone. Take a quick pause. Check out the audio details inside the Hopeful Simplicity library that walks you through all the small spaces of your bedroom, including that nightstand area. Organizing the surface, organizing the drawer, it could look a little different. It could, because if you're organizing the surface itself, that's obviously very visual. If you're a non-visual person, you're probably not going to have a bunch of stuff up there, but that doesn't mean you didn't just drop it all down in the drawer. So carry the energy of what do I really, 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 really need as you're decluttering the drawers too. So what goes back into the drawer as you're sorting those on the second part of the 3S method, as you're organizing them, you're organizing what only needs to be in this space. What is living in this space? My highlighter, my crosswords, my crochet bucket, whatever it is, what has to live in this space that gets used either first thing in the morning or as I'm going to bed. Morning routine, evening routine. Glasses, chapstick, the sleep rest essentials is what we are organizing in this space. Maybe inside the drawer, you have a couple little containers, one for pens and glasses, another for clean wipes and coasters. Because you know what, your weekly habit may look like you're wiping down your nightstand every week. It depends on you and your space and your schedule. But inside the drawer can really, really, really give you that opportunity to hone into your personal organizing style, especially if this is your side and that's their side, right? So this is just my nightstand. I can be as organized and style-tastic as I want to be. If I want to have dividers inside dividers, get nuts, boo. If you want to have a container to drop the lamp into so it doesn't scratch the surface of your nightstand, do that. whatever works, surface, inside the drawer, you really do have a little more opportunity to hone into your personal style, but just make it work for you. Remember, we already got rid of what's not staying. So now I want to set it up for my success. Now I want to keep it organized my way. I'm going to set it up. Maybe you've used containers to avoid the junk trap. If you don't have containers in there, then everything that may or may not belong on the nightstand just kind of gets swiped in there. Oh, well, it's organized because I can't see it, but don't open that drawer. That's not what the top drawer of our nightstand or any of the drawers should be, but definitely not in our first thing, last thing space nightstand area. So if you need to drop a couple containers in there to avoid the swipe off of the nightstand and drop junk into the drawer, do that. You've got it set up, organized, and sorted really, really well. You'll be like, dang, I really love this space. I'm not going to jeopardize it with clutter and crap, right? I'm not going to do that arm sweep just so the top of my surface is cleared off into my drawer, because that's going to muck up my drawer. And I really like my drawer. I'm not mucking that up. I like it. I really enjoy being able to grab my pens easily to do my crossword at night. I like it when I don't have to search for my glasses. They're right there in the container that they belong in my organized nightstand space. So if it's organized, we're avoiding that junk drawer trap that can happen with any drawer, but especially in our nightstand space, where maybe you want a clear surface, it's calmer, so you do that swipe. We ain't doing that. We're not doing that anymore. Nope. You've simplified. You've sorted. This is set up for your success to have the less stress morning routine and the calm and peaceful nighttime habits. That's our goals. Organized life includes moments for the morning and the evening. We're going to keep it simple. We're going to keep it sorted. We're going to keep it set up for our success. And we're going to do that by setting those 15-minute timers right into cluttering, and then setting the 15-minute timer and sorting and organizing. But we're also going to plug in those sustaining steps, that third part of the 3S method: sustain and organize life with habits, routines, maintenance steps. Maybe every week you dust the surface of your nightstand. Maybe during that 5-6 minute dusting off, deep cleaning-ish, the surface, you've got the lemon spray stuff. You're like, oh, it smells all nice. You give the lampshade a wipe down. Maybe you just do a quick look in the drawer. Oh, wait, those socks don't go there. Oh, that pen was actually out of ink. You just do that 5-minute toss and reorganize, tidy up section of the drawer while you're doing that. Clean every week. So habits, daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly, yearly. What habits are going to help you stay away from the clutter, keep that clutter at bay, but also keep the nightstand and the drawers, if you've got them, organized and sorted and less stressful? Do you need to do a 5-minute tidy every day? You know what? I don't need 2 water bottles. I'm going to take that up to the kitchen really fast. Maybe that's part of your morning routine, is your water glass goes to the sink as you start the day. That way you don't have a pile of them stacking up on your nightstand. Maybe the weekly you do a little more light cleaning, surface resets. Maybe once a month, you actually sketch your nightstand out, give it a good deep clean vacuum underneath, or vacuum inside the drawers if you have them. Once a year, even once a quarter, if you're switching out seasonal stuff, you maybe check the handles. Is the drawer moving right? Are the legs tight and sturdy, or does it a little wonky weeble, right? Did the handle on the drawer lose a screw and now it like pops partially out every time you open it? You know, once a quarter or once a season or once a year, I'm just going to go ahead and do maintenance check. And that'll be inclusive of my nightstand. Does it work? Is it sturdy? Is it stable? Because even if it looks decluttered, even if it's organized and sorted and successful, you can carry the stress mentally if something is wrong. If you're like, is this going to be the time that my water cup is too heavy and the leg finally breaks out? Is this going to be the time I pull on the handle and that other screw comes out, so now I've just got nothing but a handle? Those are taking up space. It's like mental clutter you didn't even know you didn't want in your head. So sustaining that space, even if it's a feeling of a small space like a nightstand, it can still make such a huge impact. So treat it like an everyday space that deserves to be a successful tool to help you start your mornings right and end your evenings less stressed. We're going to take a quick pause and imagine for a second. How would it feel to go to bed tonight with a clearer nightstand? Visualize it. What does it look like? That's what we're working on in this episode. Your nightstand might feel like a small space, but man, is it mighty. By clearing and simplifying this little space, you set yourself up for calmer evenings and easier mornings. Next episode, we're going to dive into a bigger picture question. How do I stay motivated? I ask myself that question more often than I like to admit. We're going to talk through the dips, the backslides, the real life struggles and strategies to keep you moving forward. And don't forget, the free Core 4 Declutter Challenge is linked in the show notes. You can lighten those small spaces in the Core 4 rooms, the kitchen, the living room, the bathroom, and the bedroom. If you need more guidance beyond that challenge, check out the Hopeful Simplicity Library. It's step-by-step audio guidance, additional resources, resets, habit pages. So many resources and more are inside the Hopeful Simplicity Library, and it's all just for $9 a month. That's it for today. Until next time, everybody, stay hopeful.